말합니다. 말합니다. Doing speech. I am talking.
남자가 한국어로 말합니다.
남자가, the man, 한국어로, in Korean, 말합니다. He is speaking. The man is speaking Korean language.
한국어와 영어,
한국어와 영어, Korean and English languages. The suffix is like our ish.
영어. 한국어와
And wa there means and.
저는 대화합니다.
저는 대화합니다. 대화. I have a dialogue. So I'm going to say I converse. Bit of an odd sentence. You want to know with whom, I think.
걔가 빵을 조금 먹습니다.
걔가 빵을 조금 먹습니다. Is eating, starting with the verb. It's a good place to start decoding our sentence. And then a lot of the noun phrase participants are going to be nicely marked with things telling you what the function is. So 빵을, that tells me the bread is the thing that is eaten.
먹습니다.
먹습니다, to eat. 걔가, this is the agent, the doer. So the dog eats bread. 조금 is
조금.
조금. Nothing to do with gold, just sounding like it. The dog, or a dog, eats a little bread. And this modifier meaning a little bit right before the verb.
학생들이 한국어로 이야기합니다.
학생들이 한국어로 이야기합니다. They do stories. 학생들이. It's plural marked, the students. I did say let's start with a verb, so 이야기합니다. Yeah, tell stories. They do storytelling. Stories. Here, 한국어로 we'll put last in English, in Korean. And that 으로 suffix, here just in the 로 form, for an instrumental by means of. By means of the Korean language, they told stories. 학생, student. 들, first suffix, plural. E for subject. With K, we saw the form ga and E. What we call allomorphs, different forms, but with the same function. Students talk in Korean. 이야기, okay, not story.
이야기합니다.
Just good old speaking, 이야기. Anyway, it's a nice word to see how the writing system works. 이야기. So
이야기합니다.
reading left to right. Note how the first and third syllables that I have highlighted have the same vowel E, and that's shown by the parallel vertical lines there.
저는 한국어를 조금 합니다.
한국어를, Korean language as object. I do the Korean language a little bit. Say I speak a little Korean.
남자가 영어를 잘합니다.
남자가 영어를 잘합니다. The man, 영어를, object, English, 잘합니다. He does it well, speaks English well.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다. 남자는 영어를 잘합니다.
Alright, great. Lexilogos. The Korean one, I use the RR spelling, so you can see a bit of that, and it converts it into the Hangul syllable blocks.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다.
남자는. So the first one, I write N-A-M, nam, space, that converts it. Ja, the man. Nun, topic marker. EU's single vowel sound.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다.
영어를 잘합니다. 영어 means English. 를, direct object. Chal. Well, J-A-L. Now, it's pronounced hum because of the following M, but it's written with a B or P as the coda, ni, da. And it assimilates, the stop consonant there just assimilates into a nasal to the following ni. Oops, don't do that. And let's double check.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다.
영어를 잘합니다. He does English well.
개와 고양이가 한국어로 대화합니다.
개와 고양이가 dog and a cat 한국어로 in Korean 대화합니다. Dog, I want to keep the same order, and cat converse in Korean.
아이들이 조금 이야기합니다.
아이들이 children 조금 a lot. No, that's a little. 조금.
조금.
Should know this by now. 조금. 이야기합니다. They converse. They talk. 아이들, the children, talk a little.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다.
남자는 영어를 잘합니다. A man speaks. He does English. He does it well. 잘하다, written together as a compound. He well does English. Speaks English well.
개미.
개미 is an ant.
아이들이 말합니다.
아이들이 children, subject, 말합니다, speak. That they do. I've witnessed that on occasion.
남자들이 영어로 이야기합니다.
남자들이 영어로 이야기합니다. All written together, so we'll treat that as just a single verb. They talk when converting it now into English. 영어로 in English. Now, and who is 남자들이? Men. Or the men. There's no difference in the sentence structure. Men talk in Korean. One of those.
학생들이 한국어로 이야기합니다.
Let's double check here. It's 학생들이, students, 한국어로 in Korean 이야기합니다. Talk. And this one really is Korean. 한국어. In Korean, in by means of, with that 로.
남자들이 영어로 이야기합니다.
남자들이 men 영어로 in English 이야기합니다. The men speak in English. Sorry about the inelegance of that line. Please bear with me. There we go. It's doing something unusual with, what's it called? Whatever the software. So just a sec here. Make that a little prettier if I can. This is not a gap. Alright, sorry about that. So, welcome back to Language Institute. I'm your Verb Ally, and today we're going to start with Korean, have that as our theme language. So we're still pretty early on in this Korean course. Let me draw your attention to our website. Particularly our two books are about, well, they're collections of puns, the two we've put out so far, that are sort of cross-language between Korean and English. So it's written for primarily people who know English who are learning Korean. Stuff to help you learn and remember words and phrases. So on our website here, under things, got our blog and podcast. Those are for linguistic-y things for language learners. And then our books here. nicely illustrated, both of those. There we go. So, Korean, gone through the alphabet. The first three are turned blue. We're working on verbs now. We're basically just seeing
선물,
polite forms, really polite formal style, speech style forms. So politeness on honorific marked on the verb in Korean. 선물 is like fresh object, and I think it means fish as a food.
선물,
Gift, present. Good thing.
편지,
편지 means letter, convenient paper.
남자가 편지를 보냅니다.
편지를 보냅니다. sends. 보내다. Looks like a compound of 보다 and nada with a valency altering suffix. That doesn't make much sense. 보내다. Anyway, 남자가, the man. Go with the verb at the end. 보냅니다. 보내 would be the basic root there. Starting with the written B, 니다. That's all. You can think of that as a unit for understanding the verb structure. Just a polite verb form that won't give offense. Sends rather a letter or the letter. 편지를. 를 marking object. Thing sent.
저는 친구에게 편지를 보냅니다.
If you're into Korean, let's just make a note of that. Okay, let's
보냅니다.
transcribe and lightly annotate this.
저는 친구에게 편지를 보냅니다.
So I'm going to use square brackets for nouny parts of sentences, noun phrases. I is the first one, 저는, and that's a topic marker. I with topic marker, 저는, let's transliterate. This is the revised romanization standard. 는, 친구에게, I'll put dot there for the syllable boundary. And then this 에게 is the particle. Next nouny chunk is 편지를. 편 is aspirated. We write letter P. EO for single sound A. 편지를 for a direct object. 보냅니다. And in RR, we write closer to the sound, AE for that verb, for that fused vowel, and we write an M, 니다, so that we just naturally say it. It gives us what we need to know to pronounce it correctly if we're just new to Korean. It's a good compromise spelling system. Okay, 친구, friend, and that's what we call a dative case marker, to whom. That's a noun phrase. I toward friend, 편지를, letter, and this one, accusative, is just an object, the object marker, the primary thing affected by the verbal action, and in this case, that verb means send or sends. This case, without the S, it's not marked in Korean. Not directly. I send a letter to my friend. These noun phrase final, not quite words we're interested in. 18, that's excellent. Good news.
저는 아이를 가르칩니다.
저는 has the same topic mark, same topic. 아이를, our object. 가르칩니다. That's I teach children. 가르치 being the root. The rest is an ending.
저는 선물을 받습니다.
선물을 gift. How does that come out? 받습니다.
저는 선물을 받습니다.
받습니다. Receive. So we saw 습니다. Now we see 습니다. 3 whole syllables added onto the root. That's because this
받습니다.
ends in a consonant sound. Selects that variant. 저는 I receive 선물을 object mark. So it's a different form, but the same meaning as 를 with the initial consonant. A gift.
여자가 남자에게 책을 줍니다.
여자가 남자에게 책을 줍니다. 줍니다. Not aspirated. It's the giving verb, 주. So, 여자가, the woman. This is a subject marker. Let's hold on to this. A very important one. 여자, woman. 가 marks a topic. Sorry, subject we call it. And the alternate form we'll see 아이들이, we also see 아이, child, 2 syllables. Suffix 들 for plural, 들 because a vowel follows, and then e. I'll use a lowercase because it's hard to look like an L otherwise. 아이들이 child. Oh, this one is woman subject. This one is children. So very different on the surface, ga and e, but they're the very same, not quite word. Subject forms. 여자가, so for parallelism there, I'll put a dash. It's not a suffix, so I wouldn't call it that. So here, the woman subject, 남자에게, unto the man, to him, toward him. 책을 줍니다. He gives him a book, gives a book to the man. Or I would say gives the man a book.
제가 친구에게 선물을 줍니다. 제가 친구에게 선물을 줍니다. 제가 친구에게 선물을 줍니다.
선물을 줍니다. 어떤 n 구에게 선물을 선물 and then 을 줍니다. J-U-B, or you put a P there, same thing, at the end of a syllable. 니다. Just the basic consonant of Hangul, which as a B at the beginning of a syllable sounds like a P at the end, or just devoices. 제가 친구에게 선물을 줍니다.
제가 친구에게 선물을 줍니다.
I give a gift to the friend.
남자는 여자에게서 선물을 받습니다.
Yes.
여자에게서
Okay. 3 syllable, quite a case marker, just something like that. Grammatical marker at the end of that one. 남자는, the man, topic here. 여자에게서 선물을 받습니다. Receives 선물을, a gift. And this 에게서, say ablative, meaning from whom, from the woman.
친구가 걔에게 영어를 가르칩니다.
친구가 subject, 걔에게 영어를 가르칩니다. So the friend subject, here 가, because 친구 ends in a vowel sound, u. We get the consonant having one. Whereas after a consonant, 들, the vowel form is selected. So you get this nice sequence, very preferred shape for a word in many languages. Ideal way for a word to be, so using C for a consonant sound, V for vowel sound, is like this. V and maybe a C at the end. It's nice and easy to do. And Korean achieves this by selecting different forms of these little case markers. We'll call them for now. The friend K에게, unto the dog, teaches 영어를, direct object, English, to the dog.
저는 한국어를 가르칩니다.
저는 한국어를 가르칩니다. I teach Korean.
여자아이는 남자아이에게 편지를 보냅니다.
지를 보냅니다. So, topic는 여자아이, the girl. 편지를 보냅니다. Sends someone a letter. Sends 남자아이에게, the boy, a letter.
가수는 저에게서 선물을 받습니다.
가수는 저에게서 선물을 받습니다. 가수는 the singer. Receives 받습니다. From me, 저에게서 선물, gift. It's a vaguely threatening phrase this way. The woman gives the man a book, so it's about marking the participant noun phrases, how they relate to the verbal action, which is going to be 줍니다 here. 여자 can be marked either subject or topic. Let's make our topic. 여자는 J는. Now let's put the indirect object, the recipient, next. 남자에게. So word space. 남자에게. A book gives. 책을 줍니다. J-U-B. 니다. So here, it's not quite that ideal string. You can get consonants piling up in the middle of words, but that's no problem because you can have a syllable boundary between them, so no single, use a dot often for that. Like, let's see, cactus. We have two K sounds in the first syllable of that word. We call it a closed syllable, cac, and then a nice easy tus second syllable. CVC for both of them. And not too taxing. What's harder is when you have three or more consonants piling up to get, depending on your native language, it can be hard to do. Singer gets a present from me. 가수는, make him the topic. 가수 means, by piece, it means a song hand. 가수는. A present from, let's put the me, from me part. 에게서, 에게서, a gift receives. 선물, B-A-D for the root. S-E-U-B, 씁니다. 받습니다.
잠,
Jump, please.
잠,
Sleep. Close. Same sounds roughly as in please, different order. 자다 for the verb. 자요 and 잠 with an M suffix. So what am I talking about? Word structure in Korean. You can have these things called verb roots with an inherent meaning in them. And here we have one 자, as in 자다, means to sleep. That's a verb. And the inflected form of that would be 자요. You can leave off the yo for the informal speech style. And that cha is really a fusion of cha-a, two beats shrunk down into one. From that same root there, J-A, we have a noun, jam. single syllable. You just have, yeah, that's sleep as a thing that you do. Noun, and that suffix is, sorry, it's the shape of it. We call it a nominalizer. It makes something into a noun. It gives you a noun from a verbal piece. Nominalizer. And that's characteristic of native Korean words. Can't do that with borrowed ones, really. So,
잠. 가수가 공원에서 노래합니다.
so in the park, 노래합니다. He does songs. The singer sings in the park. 에서, call it a locative marker. 공원.
저는 도서관에서 노래를 합니다.
저는 도서관에서 in the library 노래를 합니다. I sing in the library.
아이는 잠잡니다.
아이는 잠잡니다.
아이는 잠잡니다.
잠잡니다. I sleep asleep. I is the child. Sleeps.
저는 도서관에서 노래를 합니다.
저는 도서관에서 저는 J-O-I 얘는 도서관에서 노래합니다. Right?
저는 도서관에서 노래를 합니다.
노래성 gotta space it. That's 를 tells us the end of that phrase, then a verb as a second word. 합니다. Not there, but here.
저는 도서관에서 노래를 합니다.
개가 춤을 춥니다.
개가 춤을 춥니다. So it's dance. The dog dances a dance.
학생이 도서관에서 꿈을 꿉니다.
학생이 도서관에서 꿈을 꿉니다. 꾸다. What is it?
꿉니다.
Dreams a dream. 학생이, the student, dreams a dream at the library.
저는 꿈을 꿉니다.
저는 꿈을 꿉니다. I dream.
저는 노래를 합니다.
저는 노래를 합니다.
남자가 잠을 잡니다.
남자가 잠을 잡니다. The man sleeps.
개가 춤춥니다.
개가 춤춥니다. The dog dances.
여자와 남자가 노래합니다.
여자와 남자가 노래합니다. The woman and the man 노래합니다. Sing.
고양이들이 잡니다.
고양이들이 잡니다. Cats sleep, that they do. The man and the woman dance. 남자와 여자는 something. Nam, N-A-M. So just man backwards is the first syllable. Ja, noun suffix. Or you can regard it as meaning male child. 남자, wa, and. 남자, wa, 여자. Oops, gotta space it. Woman. I'll put a ga, subject. They dance is 춤춥니다. C-H-U-M for the noun. C-H-U-B for the verb. 니다. And the root is just chu without any final consonant. And looks like little dancing figures. No, not dancing. This one means I always confuse these. This one is not sleep. dance. Yeah, looks like little dancing figures here. The two shields. Yeah, also correct. Mark the chum noun as an object with and then verb as an independent or as a separate word with the space between, versus here fused into a compound. I dream, so we'll use that phrase or compound form. I dream. Chana. This one is ku for the root. Tense consonant. It's a double letter. You can write either KK or GG for this system. Kumnida, if I recall. Let's try it. If typo, just kumnida is what it wants. Whew. Alright. Be right back. Let's add Chinese to the mix for today. And we'll see some shared vocab. That'll be fun. The longer we do it, the better the odds will be. We'll see some shared words. Payment. Third tone.
快
Kwai as the Earth radical.
快
It's basically lump, but it's also for unit of currency like a dollar.
钱
It's the informal variant word. Qian, money.
买
Buy, to buy.
买
这个多少钱？
这个 topic. 多少钱? How much money? How much is this one?
你买了几个游戏？
你买了几个游戏? How many games? Here we know whatever follows 几个 after a 个, this is taken as a noun. Some things like this can be verbs. Here I think this structure,
个
how many of them, really mandates that that's a noun. How many games instead of playing? How many games? 你买了 did you buy? So, yeah, in English we sort of move things around to form question sentences. Chinese keeps the basic word order the same as a statement. So, 钱 for money.
钱我只会说英语。
我只会说英语。说英语, if we talk about in terms of phrases, English language here, 2 characters, 2 syllables. 说英语 is a phrase, speak English. 会, be able to speak English. So there's a kind of inevitability about a lot of word order in Chinese. There's only 1 or 2 ways it's going to sound good with the vocabulary you want. 你只会 我只会 I only speak. I can only speak would be closer to the original. 英语
我只有800块。
只有 I only have 800块. Have 800 yen, or we'll say yuan here. Chinese context. 只
只
只
只
块
钱
so let me
快
买
买钱量
他只喝热水。
他只喝热水 He only drinks she only drinks hot water. 喝 drink
喝钱快
只
只买15块谢谢
15 元。谢谢 ，thanks。
我只有800块。
我只有800块。餐节 spelled thusly is this graphic input system where if you can picture the character or you're looking at it, you can decompose it into 25 things that are mapped onto your keyboard. Yeah, I don't know. You can get special stickers or special keyboards, but good to just memorize.
我只有800块。
And I'll just read them off as we go. H for the first stroke in 我 Q I. 直 R for the mouth on top, and then C. Yo KB. Alright, so the first one is for the crossing shape. B for that moon shape. Number 2 there. 八百块 H O. 八百 is M for the one shape. A for the sun shape. 八百块. Now I'm using traditional characters here, and the kuai is G H X. No. H U I. No. H W. No. G H I. Okay. Kuai. And we're going to click the simplify button.
他不买。
He's not buying it. How much does this cost? This one. 这个 YYMR. Just gotta refresh this one. Alright. YYMR. 这个 OWJR. Question is, how much does this cost? 多少钱 NINI 少钱 CII. And simplify that. He's not buying. 他不买 他 OPD 不 MF 买 WL NBC WLB UC, that one 5. 不买 and that needs to be simplified to that.
Gong. Mao.
Like a dime, unit of currency, or fur. Gong.
Gong.
我一共买6个。
一共买6个 I bought 6 total.
我有8毛钱。
有8毛钱。
有8毛。
80 cents. Yeah, makes the most sense. So it's a decade unit. We don't have a good equivalent for that unit, so we'll just express it as cents. 毛。
毛。那个89块7毛6分。
89块7毛6分。So that is 89.89 块. Okay, and then 2 separate units, 70, because 7 mao, 6分, 789 yuan, 76 cents. So let's try putting it like that. Oh. Pardon me, 毛.
毛。
钱。
钱。共。 买纸
4块9毛3分。
4块9毛3分。493元。
纸块毛共钱
这个732块5毛。
这个732块5毛。This one is, we had a verb, 732.50元。
一共500块。
一共 MTC
一共500块。
500块。5 MDM 百 MA 块 GHI and simplify 块。
这个9块9毛9分。
这个9块9毛9分。This one is $9.99。
一共500块。
共500块。500块500元 total。
卡收收信
信 trust confidence letter
用
to use
卡签
签信用卡
信用卡信对不起，我们不收信用卡。
Here to accept rather than to harvest. Sorry, we don't take credit cards. Don't take credit cards.
一共3850块。
共3,850 元 in total. Oh, come now. 用 nice distractor
用卡用签收信签收签信用卡，这里不收信用卡。
这里不收信用卡。We don't accept credit cards here.
一共3850块。
一共 MTC
一共3850块。
3850块。3000 HJ 800 HO MA. Put them in together. 850 MDMJ 块 GHI.
一共3850块。
Simplify
6070块。
6070块。So this 0 acts as a placeholder for one or more zeros in the number. Oh, so translating 6,070. And this ling has to be read aloud with no unit following.
1400块。
1400块 1,400.
你们收信用卡吗？
你们收信用卡吗？卡吗？ You take credit.
一共3850块。
共3850块。30, so 3,850. All together is 3,850 yuan. So returning to our main language for today, finish off this verbs thing first.
학생들이 학교에서 공부합니다.
학생들이 학교에서 공부합니다. 에서 for the location. 학생들이 the students. The verb next. 공부합니다. They study. And what's left over in the sentence, our location at school. 학교에서
남자는 운동을 합니다.
합니다. And exercises the sport.
남자가 공원에서 운동합니다.
제가 공원에서 운동합니다. And exercises at the park.
학생들이 학교에서 운동합니다.
학생들이 학생들 UL but E subject marker 학교에서
학생들이 학교에서 운동합니다.
요에서 at school 운동합니다. They do sports.
저는 한국어를 배웁니다.
저는 한국어를 배웁니다. learning. 한국어로 I am learning Korean. So the language marked as the object here, not the means with which the thing learned. Learning Korean.
여자는 한국어를 안 배웁니다.
배웁니다. Negative prefix. 여자는 rather the woman 한국어를 she is not learning. 안 배웁니다. It's not I don't need a she there. The woman is not learning.
개가 고양이를 안 잡습니다.
개가 고양이를 안 잡습니다. Grab does not.
잡습니다.
개가 subject, the dog. 고양이를 does not catch, the cat.
공부.
study.
아이가 공을 던집니다.
아이가 공을 the ball 던집니다. 던지다.
아이가 공을 던집니다.
던집니다. 아이가 a child something like that drowns the ball 던집니다.
아이가 공을 던집니다.
집니다.
저는 친구를 던지지 않습니다.
저는 친구를 던지지 않습니다. Does not do the throwing. I don't throw friends.
저는 공부하지 않습니다.
The not doing of homework doing. or studying. We can just say I don't study, but there's a bit more to the structure than that. It's act of study, not even. A little negative marker there, or a negative polarity item.
않습니다.
Don't do it.
걔가 공을 잡지 않습니다.
걔가 공을 잡지 together?
잡지,
Magazine, yeah.
잡지,
Oh, chap, and then the suffix G. Chapta, yeah. Happens to look like the word for magazines. That's no connection there. 않습니다.
잡지,
Does not catch magazines. Would be 잡지. 잡지 않습니다. Does not catch. You get a nice pair of homophones coming together. Does not catch magazines. 걔가 공을 does not catch. The dog does not catch the ball.
저는 영어를 배우지 않습니다.
저는 영어를 배우지 않습니다. I'm 배우, not learning. Not learning English. I study. 저는 공부합니다. 저는 공부합니다. The boys exercise. 남자 아이들이 남자 아이들 이 운동합니다. 운동합니다. 남자 아이들이 운동합니다.
便宜
Here for the payment. 便宜 cheap.
金
金 is gold. 金
金贵
expensive. 现金
现金、
便宜。
便宜，那个电脑很贵。
那个电脑很贵。That computer 很贵 is expensive.
那里的茶很便宜。
那里的茶很便宜。The tea is cheap there. 贵
贵
千
千贵金收便宜。这里的咖啡不贵。
这里的咖啡不贵。So topic is long here. The coffee from this place, 不贵 comment is not expensive. The coffee isn't expensive here. Sounds better with that N in English. 快
快金卡贵便宜。这家饭馆收现金吗？
这家饭馆 This restaurant does this restaurant 收现金 take cash
这个不便宜。
这个不便宜。这个 is YYMR why G is not higher up there. O W J R. 这个
这个不便宜。
不便宜 is not cheap. MF 便 is OMWK. Okay, not quite. OM L. Okay, there it is. 便宜 is predicted. 便宜. This is not cheap, and we gotta simplify.
这个不便宜。
不便宜，
请便宜一点儿。
请便宜一点。Please make it a little less expensive. That's what it literally says. Please make it a bit cheaper.
你的爸爸有现金吗？
爸爸 Does your dad? What a question. 有现金 have cash. Are you holding up the family or something?
我们不收信用卡，只收现金。
我们不收信用卡，只收现金。We don't take credit card, only cash.
这个不便宜。
这个不便宜。This isn't.
那个游戏很贵。
那个游戏很贵。That game is expensive. Let's see how we doing on the Korean as far as progress. That one's complete. Okay, we'll wrap it up on the Chinese here. Just to get a nice round circle.
太行行万不行。
不行。That won't do. No way.
太
那个电脑1万块。
那个电脑1万块。That computer is 10,000元。
太好了。
That's great. Very good.
万
块
快行万太毛太贵了。
太贵了。It's too expensive.
行金万太共谁有1万块？
谁有1万块 ？Who has 10,000元？
这个不行。
这个不行。这个 This one YMR 个 OWJR 不行 MF HOMN 行。Oh, but it didn't want that. We gotta simplify. This nice button.
便宜一点儿行不行？
便宜一点儿行不行 ？Make it a little cheaper, okay.
这里太热了。
这里太热了 ，It's too hot here.
你的狗太可爱了。
你的狗太可爱了 ，Your dog is way too cute.
这个不行。
这个不行。This one isn't okay. That's what it wants.
你有1万块吗？
你有1万块吗？The phone. Do you have 10,000 yuan?
不行，
不行 Not okay. It's just not okay. So, good place to pause for today. A little fatigued in my brain. See you next time.